You're live.
We're live. Wow. Hello, everybody. Oh, hello, everybody. How are you all doing on the YouTube? Hello. Can everybody hear? Everybody all right? Good. Just bear with us too. I think what we're going to do, so it's past now. I think we're going to have kind of 10 minutes of just settling in, making sure everyone's okay. This is kind of like doors open time, right? The doors are open. Take your seats, put the kettle on, get comfy, and we'll just sort out everything around you. All right? That's working. How you
I'm just
doing?
going to check these comments. I'm going to assume that everyone can hear us. Everyone's just said hello.
Hello.
Spikey Tim says, evening all.
Evening all.
Everyone says, evening Tim.
Evening, Tim. Oh, that's nice. Could you pass me several beverages?
For now.
That one's fine for now.
Hello, everybody.
So while we've got a bit of time, how about we explain the project?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I know. So we are Charlie and Jake. We are what are we, Jake? We're a duo of musicians. We play lots of different instruments, and we're kind of a. You okay? Yeah. Someone said that. Oh, good. Okay, sorry. So we are Charlie and Jake, and we are 2/5 of Echoes and Edges. Echoes and Edges is a project which has been going for about 3 years now. And it's us two and 3 poets, David Punter, Gillie, Harries, and Spikey Tim Vosper. Evening all. Evening, Tim. You'll hear from all of them later in audio clips. Today would have been our album launch party at Illustrate in Bristol. And we have moved it to online in our living room and in your living rooms. And the album is now out online. So you can hear 14 tracks, 48 minutes of some very chilled vibes and some very funny vibes. And we think it's a really lovely anecdote to everything that's going on in the world, but we would say that. If you'd like to listen to it after, don't go now, but if you'd like to listen to it, you can listen to it at our website, which is echoesandedges.co.uk/listen-now. I'll do that again as if I'm a telephone. Echoesandedges.co.uk. Hello. echoesandedges.co.uk/listen-now. Listen-now. Listen-now. If you would like to donate money to us tonight, because obviously as musicians we have, to be frank, lost a lot of work this summer and we could do with the money. So if you would like to donate towards the project, you can do that on Bandcamp by downloading the digital download of the album, and you can pay the amount of money that the album is up for, which is £7, or you can pay sort of infinitely upwards from there if you'd like. So I think that's all of the. So we recorded this album last year. Jake just said to me, just talk for 10 minutes. So that's what I'm going to do. Sorry.
I can play some piano.
You can do, yeah. We recorded this album this time last year, February, March last year. The idea is that our gigs kind of are a mix of composed pieces and of semi-improvised pieces. And then tonight we're also going to be doing some poems we've never heard before that the poets have sent to us, which is very exciting. Oh, shall I look at the comments while you play bass? Everybody, hold on, wait there.
Yeah, let's do it. This is the comments section. You guys can all see it directly, but it's really far away from us because it's over there. We're over here. Distance.
over on the social media, all things are going well. Hello, everyone. All right, I think we should. What do you feel? Do you feel like we should get started? Is everybody comfortable? Is everybody okay? We've got on the laptop in front of us that you can't see, people of YouTube. We've got a Zoom audience here that have and a lovely baby. Hello, friend. And Ben. So we did a live stream last week as Charlie and Jake, which is us two, and there were no smiling faces back at us, and we found it really hard. So we've got a lovely little group of smiley faces, which is brilliant. So thank you guys for smiling at us. It's nice to see you all. Okay, we're going to start with a poem by David called "The Wild Mendip."
The Wild Mendip. This poem has an epigraph that reads, "The earliest known lead pig in Britain was produced at Charterhouse." I should say that pig there doesn't mean what you might think. It refers to an ingot of lead. The Wild Mendip is right behind my shoulder. From Boltonsborough through to Birdhouse Farm, the mists obscure the sight of something older. Gold days are spread, though the fear of something colder is written in the owl's wing, mere hint of harm. The Wild Mendip is right behind my shoulder. Everywhere's mine. The trapdoors rot and moulder. We drip and glimpse, we write off every qualm. The mists obscure the sight of something older. Lead kills, farms burn. But our ignorance is bolder, and so we tread the tracks, we chant the song, though the Wild Mendip is right behind my shoulder. A chart of place names in a cardboard folder. Smitham Chimney, wavering down, but no alarm. The mists obscure the sight of something older. For miners know, above all things, to be calm. And now we find the gorse moors full of charm. The mists obscure the sight of something older. The Wild Mendip is right behind my shoulder.
Mallerstang. A house hunkers back to the weather, clings to the slide of contour, crouching backside for longevity. A sodden sheep shakes out the spray of a long front like a dog, home after walks to heel. The droving road winds through a valley ancient as memory and as chill and bleak the day. Dreich, yet a beauty timeless as breath hangs in the fading. Gillie. This place a smear of stones, farm buildings curving the metalled road. Soft in the mouth, this place name, Norse ancient. You're compelled to chant the metronomic wiper's rhythm. Uth, Gil, Uth, Gil, Uth, Gil. La lay the babe to sleep, heaped in fleece. Below is the infant P.T. Eden, roiling, risen in the fells, scouring down glacial timelessness, flowing, flowing, flowing to a western sea.
Thank you so much.
We should have to assume that everyone else that we can't see is also clapping. Maybe they're not. Doesn't matter. We're having fun.
Yeah, we're having a great time.
So those two were two new poems that we've been working on recently, in amongst others that we wanted to experiment with new things and try new ways of working and try new pieces and combining them together into a sort of an extended soundscape. Whereas previously we've sort of always done one poem with some music or with some sort of interpretation around it. And yeah, it's nice to sort of let the space hold itself for longer, let the atmosphere build, and let us get into the music more,
Yeah.
and then the poems just weave this new story together as well. And yeah, very fun. This next one is another new one. This one's by Spikey Tim. Speaky Tim.
Speaky Tim.
Speaky. He does
Spikey
speak. That's not. I
does
mean, it's not a
speak.
lie. Well, it's called. Well, we'll let him introduce it.
Let's let him introduce it, I
Yeah,
think.
I think as long as we're ready. I'm going to assume we are.
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Maybe.
We must both be ready.
Is Tim ready though?
I am an alien. I am an alien, how do you do? My eyes are pink and my skin is blue. Alien fingers, alien toes, alien ears and an alien nose. My alien breakfast is alien toast. Alien lunch is an alien roast. My alien legs have alien knees. My alien mouse eats alien cheese. Alien hat, alien shoes. I like to keep an eye on the alien news. Alien pillow for my alien head. It's alien o'clock and I'm off to bed. It's alien o'clock and I'm off to bed. It's alien o'clock and I'm off to bed. Alien snoring, alien dreams, alien alien screams. I'm alien scared, I'm alien sad. I'm jumping into bed with my alien dad. I'm alien warm, he's alien hot. I'm alien relaxed, he's alien not. And as I'm drifting off to alien sleep, my alien dad counts alien sheep. Alien tick, alien tock, alien alarm on an alien clock. Alien hip hip, alien hooray. This is how I start my alien day. Alien hip hip, alien hooray. This is how I start my alien day. Alien hip hip, alien hooray. This is how I start my alien day.
I Am an Alien by
Yes.
Spiky Tim.
Thank you,
May
Tim.
I recommend that we check that very urgent looking message
Oh.
that we looks very red and very frightening. It's chat. Just chat. All okay here? All okay with you?
I'm not going to install them because that would stop this.
Oh, we don't need any updates. Okay.
So this one, yeah, a big part of what we do, or what we like to do, is always bringing entirely new things together. And those three that we just did were, I mean, we've worked on them together in rehearsals and sort of come up with ideas and worked them into a more coherent structure. The next two, however, we've not heard before. Obviously, the poets that wrote them, they know them, but we don't. So what we're going to do is based off, they described a little bit about what each of the poems are and what they're about. So we're going to try and come up with something up. Yeah, just make something up. And yeah, we hope you like it, I suppose.
What's the first one called?
The first one is called Leaning to the Light by Gillie Harries.
So what description did she? She's given us a few sentences, hasn't she?
I think the main thing that she said was that it's the precursor to another poem, which we will be performing later.
Okay.
So that sort of gives us a bit of an idea.
That gives us a world.
Hopefully you'll also see when we get to that later one what she meant.
Couldn't be simpler. All right, let's go. See what happens.
Leaning to the light. Leaning to the light, to the coast where from the east a lozenge, pure circle of dazzle, lifts from the grey pencil line horizon. Draw your day with that, or your life. Marley sand, eroding sucked land, swallowed by wave, tide, a vast relentlessness. It's never replaced, never bettered in place, never lost the unconscious eye. Day after long days, the inevitability of that dawn returns to you. Seldom blue, an evanescent Widgeon etch, seal grey colograph, impasto, luminous, tear white, gauze white, quiet light. And at my feet, under my soul's softness, sand, silt shifting, a counterpoint to sky, just as unpredictable, the unsteadying shingle, whispers and rounded cobble crunch. You learn to run barefoot, limber, over the chink, chink, chink knock of harmony's nostalgia notes. The deep toss flop of North Sea's shiver shishing. Light and sound, quiet, or raw contrast stilling the voice, stealing breath. The wind howl, lashing your hair to damp cheek, a stinging slap. Embrace the elemental air, salt, water. You'll never breathe its like again.
You'll never breathe its like again. You'll never breathe its like again.
Add that to the next album.
Yeah, put that on the album. How was that? Ah, thanks, team. Thank you so much. Okay, the next poem will be another one we haven't heard before. Jake and I have been recently kind of doing more things around improvised poetry and kind of going to poetry open mic nights and providing accompaniment for poets which we really love doing. We just love the challenge of here's a couple of words about my poem, and then the poet trusts us to like look after their words, which is amazing. Which we totally, yeah, we're really loving, and we're going to try and get into it a bit more. We've got an idea that we might do something like that in the future, particularly over the next few weeks. We've got a kind of plan brewing up where we're going to ask for poets to send in poems to us, and we are going to respond to them in a similar live stream, but just as a kind of open mic situation, which is going to be fun. This next poem, you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, your listening face is very similar to your worried face.
I'm perpetually worried. Things like this, and there's so many things that could go wrong. But,
the next,
none of them will.
No. The next poem we're going to attempt is David's sort of poem that we haven't seen yet, and it is called
Echo.
Echo. Good joke. It's a good joke. Come on.
Oh, very good, very good. Sorry. Hang on a minute. Let me just double check how many sections there are to this poem. If it wasn't already obvious, the other three poets that are part of this collective are not here with us.
I don't know if that.
Unfortunately, but we have them inside this
Machine. Here they are.
inside here.
And they're watching. So we're sending lots of love
And they're watching.
to
Yeah.
Tim,
and
Gillie, and David.
Yeah. It's the way that we've had to do it. Little clips.
Your little buttons.
Yeah. Everything else though is all us, all live.
Yeah.
And the only one in the future, we will relaunch this album.
Oh
with-
yeah, we're going to
with
do
a-
it again.
with
Oh
a,
blimey,
with a
yeah.
concert
Don't think
in a
you
real
could get away
place.
with only seeing it once.
Yeah, because there was lots of other things, new collaborations we created as well in the preparation for this night that we're not playing tonight because.
I think Fee just held up a sign that said "Get on with it." I'm not
Oh,
sure.
get on with it. Oh, sorry. Right, you are. Okay, well, more talking later. Oh, they've written a message to someone else, both
Oh.
forwards and backwards, just in case their camera is reversing it.
lovely.
Very clever, very clever.
Very
Well
good.
done.
Who's
Can
that
we
for?
have an extra round of applause for Fiona, please?
Okay, here we go. Echo.
Echo. I know that I asked you to join with me. I remember it well. We were much younger then. I never thought to give you the key. The key. The key. The key. I thought you were an Abyssinian maid, whose music would lull me to sleep and beyond. But now, I just want to go out and get laid. Echo, echo, echo. I loved the way your hair melted like gold, and the shift of your eyes from turquoise to grey. But now they're faded, and the truth must be told, be told, be told, be told. I believed it all, whatever I said, but you thought it was you I was speaking to, when really the voice was inside my own head. Echo, echo, echo. And I still see me as I stare in the pool, a perfection of image that none can destroy, an unravaged surface, the essence of cool, of cool, of cool, of cool. But don't weep, my darling. There's no need to cry. There's water enough in the pool as it is. I have myself. You have earth, wind, and sky. Echo, echo, echo.
Thank you, David. That was
Thank you,
lovely.
David. Yes.
Just constantly got to. I'm sorry that I have to check.
Oh.
It's just something might be going wrong.
Something
it's
might be
not,
going wrong.
but it's not.
Oh no, that's good.
That's why I'm checking.
Oh, I
not because
see.
I'm, Anyway.
Is everybody okay? Are you all right?
Sorry.
Oh, are you all okay? All good. Oh, what was that?
Sorry.
Okay.
Let's-
So the next two.
Okay. Well, carry on.
The next piece we're going to perform for you is the introduction to our album itself, Glory in the Bone, which, if we haven't mentioned, is available on all streaming services as of yesterday.
And it's also physical.
And it's also a physical CD, which we will get around to posting out to you, and we will get around to putting online so that you can buy a physical copy at some point. But at the moment, you can buy it digitally on our Bandcamp, Echoes and Edges, or listen to it on Spotify and things like that. Anyway, this is the introduction to the album, which Jake wrote about a really magical place in Greece where he spent a summer of uni. You spent your 21st birthday there, didn't you?
I did. Yes.
Yeah.
It was the best 21st birthday I've ever had. To be honest. I was walking through southern Greece and I just had a big bowl of olives for breakfast, and it was.
That does
really
sound nice.
Yeah, and then I just had bread and olive oil all day, and it was lovely. Highly recommend. If you've got a 21st birthday coming up, or olives.
Great. Good feedback.
Sorry, were you done introducing that one?
I think you summed it up nicely.
Okay, good. Let me feel free. So open up your care and leave it everywhere. Every now and then, every now and then, you think of home again, home again. Home was always waiting for you.
Everything beautiful has edges. Everything beautiful has edges. The safe boundary of a ribboned love. The wish for continuity. Not to live the unbidden life, or stop by a field of grace and regret you lost the key to unlatch yourself at evening.
And regret you lost the key to unlatch yourself at evening.
Everything beautiful has edges. The Lady of Shalott in her loveless tower unraveled by desire. Her prediction of demise, her wish for an embroidered life, a symmetry of stitches, of light and shadow, the salvaging of closure.
The wish for an embroidered life, the salvaging of closure.
Everything beautiful has edges. This page, this book, this room, each a space of opportunity. The artist's hand bounded by skin meeting surface of wood. Even the sea, phantom with azure, has somewhere an edge, somewhere a return, somewhere surely an ending.
Even the sea, phantom with azure, somewhere an end, somewhere a return, somewhere surely, surely an ending. An ending. Thank you so much. Oh, hello. That was the introduction to that is the introduction to the album called Mani, which is the place in Greece. And then followed by that was Everything Beautiful Has Edges by Gillie Harries, which is the first poem on the album and the inspiration for the name of our group, Echoes and Edges. The next piece is another one of Gillie's poems. Yes, called The World washed clean.
The world washed clean. After the wild darkness of that estuary-weathered, sailing, wind-filled night, rocking, caravanserai in her weft of sleep, beneath the crimson mandala, balmed by the Buddha. She's deep down, and to awake then to a world washed clean, a gift unbidden, simply there. The consequence of stratospheres, while the world spun so fast she could not know the feeling of it. Hefted in gravity on that shore of light, she's sure of light. And so it came on a gentle, westerly, bird-filled, early cusp of autumn dawn, dancing the trees to life, returning to her consciousness of being. There, on that estuary of slow, salty drift and flow, light and dark, love and light, drift and flow.
Light and dark, love and light, drift and flow, love and light, drift and flow, light and dark, love and light, drift and flow, love and light, light and dark, drift and flow, love and light, drift and flow, light and dark, love and life, drift and flow, drift and flow.
What's next?
Thank you so much. Such a lovely amount of waving. Thank you.
Thank you to everyone in the comments.
Yes, thank you.
Just about.
Thank you to everyone in the comments. What she said. That's all right. Okay, here we go. I'm going over here. You going over here?
Yes.
Okay.
I should talk about this. Okay, I was about to. So this there's a lot of. Hang on. Maybe that will get rid of it. Yeah, there we go. All right, there's a lot of reverb on this mic, but not this one. It's just I'll turn it on in a bit. These next two pieces, one by David and one by myself, are we've put them together similar to what we did with the earlier two that were part of the same ecosystem, because they are both very watery, as a lot of our poems and our collaborations are. I think there was a couple of gigs where we decided on a water theme, and so we sort of found all these watery poems that we then added music to, and that kind of formed then the basis for a lot of what we've done since. And it's water's very special, so it's nice to incorporate it in lovely ways, and there's lots of lovely things you can say about water. And these next two, the first one is Riau Archipelago by David, and the second is a short piece that I wrote about a rainstorm in Thailand, when it was monsoon season, and it's just it's an amazing time of year in an amazing part of the world where it just it's rain on another level. And so this incorporates a lot of loops that are out of time with each other, so that hopefully it never sort of repeats, it never hears itself again. And it evolves, exactly. You lots of percussion, lots of bass and piano, and then the voices through it as well. So enjoy. And this starts. Yes, I need this one back on again. So the reverb's going to come on again. I'm just going to wait for that to go away, and then I'll start the piece.
Riau Archipelago. Black water pooling, silver streaked, like hematite, like pain. Down among the mangroves, silent, slopping, and the chug of river boat between emerald claws, dark tripods, squatting in brine. Thin palings rising, netted trellises where the fish, crimsoned by night, jump in arcs of serpentine silhouette against bamboo, sea oak, palm of paradise in the sea eagle's clutch. Here, among these unending verges of bark and coral, depths are plumbed by the shadowed sailor, walking over the night taffrail, where memory laps the fishing stakes with circles of ebb and rack. Here, among these unending verges of bark and coral, depths are plumbed by the shadowed sailor, walking over the night taffrail, where memory laps the fishing stakes with circles of ebb and rack. Slipping along the northerly coast of Mapua, pale sand and towering casuarina, a solid rain pebbles waves like jewel-heavy greaves in ranks across a metal landscape. The water ranged in pride above its coral secrets.
The river, pummeled by thousands of heavy beads, loses its reflection, shattered and diffracted into a furry matte brown. Sparkles of splashes sweep across the surface in wind-blown waves. Rain and heavy clouds dull the vibrant greens of mangroves lining the far bank. Though subdued, they still haunt me with its beauty, emerging from the distant mist and concealing an almost sinister secret under a thin silk veil. When the deluge passes, the world is bright and colourful, the fog lifted from my eyes. Puddles relax back into silver reflections of the soft grey clouds above. The veil is dissolved, revealing the docile hills and peaks I always knew were there, somewhere beyond the mist. The river returns to its scattered facsimile of the sky and bank, tinted a rich olive colour by the churning of the rain. A dark line, bar-coded with thin trunks, separates the water from the trees. Gaping open at low tide, it looks like a whale's mouth, filled with a coarse brush of teeth. A pool in the road has swelled and crystallized. Gently shimmering reflections of a nearby balustrade stand on the water with a backdrop of meandering clouds. Tufts of emerald grass rim the water like a gilded mirror frame. The pavement rises in the middle, emerging through the mirror like an island in the sky. A young girl steps into the ether, sending the image into chaotic disarray. The clouds scatter as if in fright. The balustrade shatters and disintegrates into a million glassy pieces. Thank you. So, we now have a few poems, collaborations from Spikey Tim to change and entertain. No, change and it's just something a bit different. Yeah, I mean, all the words have already been said, so I didn't have any left for me to be able to describe what this next change is going to be, but it's going to be as excellent. Us too. Soon after this, we should get some little opera glasses to be able to see the comments for next time. Definitely. Yeah. That's a good idea. How do we do this one? This one.
you're over.
I'm over
and
there.
I'm on this mic.
Okay, I'll move over there. Bye bye.
Well, I hope everyone's okay. Hope being locked in your house. Well, being in your house is all going okay. It's certainly going all right for us. We just sort of haven't stopped really making music, which has been magic. The GoPro's turned off. Are we happy with that as a situation? I'm fine with that. Fine. Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. This is a length of tubing. Oh yeah.
Are we ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
We were definitely ready before, but we're even more ready now.
Yeah.
Ready?
Oh yeah, sorry. Go again. That was really good.
A length of tubing, where does it go? What's its purpose? Does anybody know? I pull it and I pull it across the floor, and I pull it and I pull it and I pull it some more. A length of tubing, where does it go? What's its purpose? Does anybody know? I pull it and I pull it across the floor, and I pull it and I pull it and I pull it some more. A length of tubing, where does it go? What's its purpose? Does anybody know? I pull it and I pull it across the floor, and I pull it and I pull it and I pull it some more. A length of tubing, where does it go? What's its purpose? Does anybody know? I pull it and I pull it across the floor, and I pull it and I pull it and I pull it some more. A length of tubing, where does it go? What's its purpose? Does anybody know? No, they don't.
Silly. Bit of fun.
That one is a lot harder with the digital tip
Yeah,
than it is
it's
with the
really
real life
hard.
tip. It's almost like he doesn't know my tempo. It's like, what's going on?
Okay. Oh, lovely. Okay. This next poem, I keep going to say this next song. This next poem is a song. And it's called, it's by, thank you guys. And it's called, we've got, for those of you that didn't know, we've got like a Zoom group of pals down here clapping and holding up signs like one says "Ayo," which is my favourite noise. Anyway, but visually, which is lovely, a visual noise, as it were. So this is Made in the Stars. Let the gold antlers flash in the night. Let cold rivulets flow from the eye of the kite as he navigates west from Apollo to Mars. When I marry the maiden of stars, let the juniper flourish in its power. Let a hectic of youth jump through each velvet flower, and dragons prop the counters in long disused bars. When I marry the maiden of stars. Ooh, da, 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 da. When I marry the maiden of stars, let old rustlers and card shops declaim, let strong grasses wave over each decaying name, and dragons prop the counters in long disused bars. When I marry the maiden of stars, let a circle of diamonds explode in the temple of Kali, at the end of the road, where oxen and buffalo sing in their cars. When I marry the maiden of stars. Let the liquid all wash to the floor. In a land where we still wish to tarry once more, let languages live, that no tongue can pass. When I marry the maiden of stars, oh, when I marry the maiden of stars. Thank you so much. I enjoy the person that's called themselves We Love Reverb. Thank you. So do we. Okay. Oh.
This one. Because the next one.
Okay.
How's everyone doing? Is everyone okay?
Everybody
Are
all
we all
right?
sitting comfortably?
Well, hey.
Pretty cozy. We were thinking the other day, earlier today. It's been a long day. Earlier today.
Yeah.
Well, as Charlie plus Jake, we're always trying to sort of create a nice cozy atmosphere wherever we go, especially gigs.
Yeah.
But also just generally.
Yeah.
And yeah, we love to make a really nice atmosphere, a nice, like, you can sit down on the floor, you can just take your shoes off and relax as long as your feet don't smell, and you can get your cups of tea.
Get your
and
cups of
cups
tea,
of tea,
your cups
and
of
like
tea.
cozy, and like, yeah, we've several times we've brought most of our flat to the gig
Yes.
to sort of just fill it with our plants and our things and our stuff and bits and bobs to make it feel
So
nice.
it's nice of
and
you guys to
homely.
come to us, really.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, we were thinking this is the coziest gig we've ever done.
Mm. Yes. Yeah. I'm enjoying watching everyone in their gym jams.
Yeah,
It's lovely.
exactly.
Also,
yeah.
the Zoom group is so out of time that they're just waving now to the end of the song. Wow. So, yes,
But anyway,
that was a lovely point you were making.
yeah, so this is the coziest gig we've ever done.
Yes.
Because we've let you all stay in wherever you want to be coziest. I feel like feel like maybe they're just not listening to us anymore.
No,
actually, in
no,
the Zoom
that's
group,
fine.
they started their own little thing. Anyway,
So this next poem is another one by
Tim.
Tim, yeah, by Tim, and I in this poem play the role of Spikey Tim. I've been invited, and by I mean Spikey Tim. I'm acting now, okay? I've been invited to perform at the Victoria Park Festival, just up there, and I was rudely interrupted. I was rudely interrupted by
Someone waving on Zoom.
Sorry, someone waving on Zoom. Let me do it again. I'm Spikey Tim. I've been invited to perform at the Victoria Park Festival, just up there, when I was rudely interrupted by a 6-year-old girl who turned to me and she said...
She actually didn't say that quite yet. Why were you interrupted by a dog barking? You didn't mention the dog barking.
I forgot to mention the dog.
Okay, the clue's in the name.
Third go.
Sorry.
I'm Spikey Tim. I've been invited to perform at the Victoria Park Festival. A dog barked during one of my poems. He doesn't say that, but fine. A dog barked during one of my poems, and I was rudely interrupted by said dog. And a girl, aged about 6, turned to me, and she said,
"Your poem made that dog bark. I don't think he enjoyed it. Your poem made that dog bark. I think you have annoyed it. Your poem is a bad un. It is an utter mess. And now that dog is pitifully howling with distress.
My poem made that dog bark. He's made his feelings clear. He's woofed his disapproval and he won't be staying here.
The audience is silent. No whoops, no claps, no cheers. And that dog is on his hind legs with his paws inside his ears. He's dug a hole but not to hide his bone, because instead he's stooped down and now he's busy burying his head.
My poem made that dog bark. He's made his feelings clear. He's woofed his disapproval and he won't be staying here.
That dog has just had kittens. He's climbing up a tree because he doesn't want to have to put up with your poetry. He doesn't want to listen. He doesn't want to hear it. If your poem smelt of dog food, then he still would not go near it.
My poem made that dog bark. He's made his feelings clear. He's woofed his disapproval and he won't be staying here.
Because that canine is discerning. He's a pooch with pucker taste. That's why he's found the exit with the speediest of haste.
My poem made that dog bark. He's made his feelings clear. He's woofed his disapproval and he won't be staying here.
And now I am dumbfounded. I'm astonished. I'm agog. For I cannot believe it. I've been heckled by a dog.
We played at Ronnie Scott's last month. And now, the poem that made the dog bark. Oh, hang on. He's going to say that, actually. And now.
Hang on, I just need this microphone to be close enough
sorry.
to my face.
Hey-oh.
Face. There we
Bit
go.
of fun. Hey, I tell you what, while there's a short interlude, can I ask you all a quick favour? As you're all on our YouTube channel, it would be amazing if you could subscribe to us. We need 100 subscribers to have a proper like link that says like YouTube/Charlie and Jake, because at the moment it's like YouTube/YPO76512 and we'd quite like to be Charlie and Jake, and we've got loads of exciting stuff to show you and lots of time to make new things, so we'd really love for you guys to be the first to know, so just hit that subscribe button,
Press like.
press like and
Leave a
subscribe.
comment. I mean, actually, chat counts as comments. So thanks for all that.
Thanks. Bit of fun. Okay.
And now, the poem that made the dog bark. All creatures great and small. You say they're rubbish, but I rise above it. It's a small grey rodent which I covet.
Chin 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 chinchilla, chin 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 chinchilla, chin 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 chinchilla, chin 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 chinchilla.
It's a dog not very big, like a barking guinea pig.
A chihuahua, 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 chihuahua.
As a pet it is impractical, as a gift it is unsuitable.
Elephant.
Elephant.
You say they're rubbish, but I rise above it. It's a small grey rodent which I covet. It's a dog not very big, like a barking guinea pig. As a pet it is impractical, as a gift it is unsuitable.
Elephant. All creatures great and small there. You can find back a few YouTube videos ago, we released a paper cut animation to that one. And I know that lots of people that have heard that before have added lots of animals to the list. That's one of our favorites. And do you know what? Let's do that later. Can we do it again? Chihuahua. That's my favorite. I mean, I think that's the most clever idea I've ever come up with. Wow.
Very good. And
We've
now-
only got 2 left for you. Can you believe it? Sorry.
Well, now for something completely different. We've only got 2 left.
Oh, I'm on the run.
Oh, that's a good idea. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everyone.
Honestly, officer, it's just apple juice. Endless hours of fun. So we've got 2 more to do for you before we bid you all farewell and good night, and refer you to our Bandcamp page where you can download and purchase this album that we have just performed a lot of it for you.
Yes.
And yeah, again, I guess, sorry that we can't be with you in person.
Yeah.
Sorry that the poets can't be with us as well.
Yes,
But-
we're missing them a lot.
Yeah.
David, Gillie, Tim,
Yeah.
thank you so much for all of your hard work for
Yeah.
the last 3 years and the last year, particularly with the album. We're really chuffed with what we've come up with, and it's just been an amazing process, hasn't it? To work with other artists that are doing something so different to what we're doing has informed what we're doing so much.
Yeah. And also special thanks to Ben Mowat, who has left the building. But yeah, he helped us immensely with the mixing and mastering of the album, because we at the time didn't know what we're doing, and we still
Some
don't.
would argue we still, yeah.
But it's even more so back then. So he helped with his magical wizardry of mixing and mastering, and yeah, it sounds incredible because of him, as well as because of the poets, and I suppose a little bit you and a little bit me.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Hey, you're getting arrogant with that, Ron.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, like, normally this is the part where one of them might jump up to the mic and say, "Hey, don't forget Charlie and Jake," but we're on our own, so we have to
Hey,
pick
don't
up
forget
ourselves.
us.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Subscribe, like, comment, enjoy. Yes.
Thank you for listening, everyone. This is The Grace of Accuracy.
The grace of accuracy. The grace of accuracy is to have no requirement for accuracy. Setting out on a path linear with eastern light, return to this shore of pebble crunch, and finding all along the need was to stop. Breathe. Be in silence. And memory turns this way and that in one sunlit air, like a crystal roped on plumb-lined light. Now this shine, now that opacity. Discard the getting it right, measuring all distance between now and then, here and now. Just to stand by water. Allow its ebb to lap your small child's toes, high tide your heart. Just to stand by water, argent at Heron Lake's margin, shadowed with reed. Just to stand by water, phosphorescent with loss. Just to stand by water, the castled ferry heaving to leave. Just to stand by water, savor the samphire's ozone bite. Just to stand by water, pooled with estuarine light. Just to stand by water, with the certain knowledge that this is the now of life. Just to stand by water. This is the grace of accuracy.
Just to stand by water, stand by water, just to stand by water, stand by water, just to stand by water, stand by water. Just to stand by water, stand by water. Just to stand by water, stand by the water with me, stand by the water with me. Just to stand by water, stand by the water, stand with me, stand by the water with me. Just to stand by water, stand by the water, stand with me, stand by the water with me. Just to stand by water, stand with me, stand by the water with me. Just to stand by breathe, be in silence, stop, breathe. Just a second. Stop, breathe, be in silence, stop, breathe. Hide, hide your heart. Oh, it's hide your heart. Just to stand by water, stand by water. Just to stand by water, stand me by water. Ooh, stand by, stand me, stand by water. Just to stand by the water, stand me, stand by water. Just to stand high tide, stand by your heart, stand me, high tide, your heart. Just to stand high tide, stand by the water, stand me, stand by the water with me. Just to stand. Stand, breathe, be in silence, stop, breathe. Just be in silence, stop, breathe. Be in silence with me. Just to stand. This is the grace of accuracy. Stand by water, stand by water, stand by water, stand by. Bring me the air, bring me a song from the bird that calls you. Bring me your footstep in bringing back only yourself. Thank you so much for listening. We are Charlie and Jake. We are of Echoes and Edges. Our debut album, Glory in the Bone, was out yesterday. Please download it. Please listen to it. We'll be in touch about posting it out to you very soon. Thank you so much for sharing this evening with us. It wasn't quite what we had planned, but it's been really magical nonetheless. We'll do this again, but with you in the room, we promise. We're going to end this evening with a poem by David called Love and Water. Stay safe, everyone. Stay well. Keep smiling. Keep laughing. Laughing is the best. You know the Tweenies, right? So you know the Tweenies. If you don't know what the Tweenies was, it was a program for kids in the around the millennium, and one of the Tweenies, right? She was called Bella, and normally she was a nightmare. But there was this one episode where she turned to the other Tweenies and she said, "I really like making people laugh. It's the best sound in the world." And other than that, she was an absolute nightmare. But just for that one episode, she was great. And I just think if we could all have that attitude of making other people laugh and looking after people, then that would be cool. Anyway, thank you for listening. This is Love and Water.
Love and water. The clouds are piled like turrets formed of gold. The silver water slides along the quay. My morning body against your sleeping thigh. The heron darts down from the moving tree. Pale zebrafish and green and purple wrasse trace rivulets of pattern on your arm, and incandescent colourings of delight break like defeated waves upon your calm. Our love is like the water as it flows through channels to a landing place unknown. It imitates the starling as it glows and brings forth all the glory in the bone.
The clouds are piled like turrets formed of gold. The silver water slides along the quay. My morning body against your sleeping thigh. A heron darts down from the moving tree. Pale zebrafish and green and purple rice trace rivulets of pattern on your arm, and incandescent colorings of delight break like defeated waves upon your calm, upon your our love is like the water as it flows through channels to a landing place, a landing place unknown. It imitates the starling as it glows and brings forth all the glory in the bone, in the bone. Our love is like the water as it flows through channels unto a landing place, a landing place unknown. It imitates the starling as it glows, brings forth all the glory in the bone. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. It's been a mad few weeks for everyone, and we've been kind of busy trying to turn everything around to make this happen. And I couldn't be prouder of Jake for putting this all together. We're going to do like a vlog YouTube video to kind of document how on earth we did any of this, so that you can have a look at the behind the scenes. So thank you so much for listening. Stay well. We'll see you next Saturday because we're going to do this every week. What do you reckon? All right, we'll do one more. Should we do one more? Do you want one more? I do. All right, this is a song called Hey. This is our greatest hit. It requires two things from you. It requires you to clap along. I don't care if we can see you or we can't see you. You're going to clap along with us. And you're also, when I do this, you're going to shout the name of the song. And what's the name of the song? It's called Hey. We're going to try it. Okay, ready? Da 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 da. Hey. Da 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 da. Hey. Da 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 da. Hey. Oh yeah, got it? Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey, did you know I love you? Hey, did you know we will be alright? Hey, did you know I'm gonna miss you every day and all through the night? Hey, did you know I made a choice? To make my choices always with you in mind. And hey, did you know whichever way I turn, I'm coming home to be by your side. Ooh. And hey, do you remember strolling through our first days? When all the worried our tiny little minds was one things to say. Ooh, I just called to say hey, hey. 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 I just called to say hey, 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 hey. Oh, I just called to say hey. And hey, did you know I love you? Oh, hey, hey, did you know we will be alright? Oh, hey, hey, did you know I'm gonna miss you every day and all through the night, all through the night, all through the night. Hey, did you know I love you? Hey. Oh, hey, hey, did you know we're gonna be more than fine? Hey, hey, did you know knowing you my love? Hey, means I'm having the best time, the best time, the best time. Oh, I just called to say hey, hey. No, da, 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 I just called to say hey, hey. One more time. I just called to say hey, hey. Oh, I just called to say hey, hey. We're Charlie and Jake. Thank you so much for a really lovely Saturday night. It's been magic. We'll see you all soon. And we'll see you next Saturday for the next live stream. Subscribe to our channel, download the album, all that kind of bump. Stay well, stay safe, do what you're told. Subscribe. Hey. All right, let's do it one time.
Like. And comment.
Oh, I just called to say hey, hey. Good night.
Woo. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We had a blast. Hope you did too. I guess we end the stream. It's quite a harsh cutoff, really. Normally, we end the gig and we can sort of chill out a bit, hang out. But this is sort of like end the stream, go and do what you want. Enjoy. Have a lovely rest of your weekend, and I hope that this entertained you a bit. And if you listen to the album, then it's a totally different experience. So you haven't, do it all again and have even more fun. Thank you so much, everybody. End stream. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.